can hear this, then you're listening to XLR Lander Radio. This is Travis Diffenderfer from Diffenderfer Was Here, reminding you to keep doing that.
All right, how you doing, everybody? Welcome to Lander XLR Radio. This is Tyler Bone with the Lander Soccer Show. Here with Ruben Rivas. How you doing today, Ruben?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm all right. A lot of schoolwork, but other than that, I'm enjoying it.
We only have a few more weeks to go and then finally graduated.
Yeah, you're close to graduation, and then I'm just trying to make it through sophomore year. Yeah, I've hit that brick wall where all of a sudden all your classes start giving you everything all at once.
It's a good thing that we have a lot of soccer going on right now.
Oh yeah, it's a great distraction. Last night, did that paper for like 4 or 5 hours, came back, watched the USA game.
Oh yeah.
Not quite what I wanted, but it was okay.
I mean, you still have time to watch the game. That's good.
Yeah, that's true. All right, but yeah, like you said, we got a lot of stuff going on. Have all these World Cup qualifiers to talk about. USA, everyone in England or everyone over in Europe got going. Even Asia, we're having some. I mean, it was a big day for soccer. There's a lot of really good games on.
I have some of the scores from Europe. I don't know if you know some of the scores from yesterday.
Yeah, I watched. I actually went back and watched the Holland game, but I know the scores for a couple other. But I mean, for all of our listeners, let's let them know.
Okay, so I don't have all of them, but I have most of them. Portugal beat Azerbaijan 2-0. The Ukraine beat 2-1 to Moldova. Turkey tied Hungary 1-1. Denmark tied Bulgaria 1-1. Holland, like you said, beat Romania 4-0. Holland is too good, I guess.
Oh yeah. I actually want to talk about that game here in a little bit.
Yeah, Malta lost to Italy 2-0. That's another game we can talk about. Italy, Balotelli is hitting up. Germany beat Kazakhstan 4-1. Anytime I hear this name Kazakhstan, who reminds you of?
Soviet Union, I don't know.
Borat, remember that?
Borat, oh, yeah.
But Borat's country in Kazakhstan. So Germany beat Borat's country 4-1. Ireland tied Austria 2-2. Northern Ireland lost to Israel 2-0. Montenegro tied England 1-1. And Spain beat France 1-0.
Yeah. I was hoping to have Dawson today so we could talk about the France game. I didn't actually get to see it.
That might be the reason why he's not here.
Yeah, I didn't want to have to face the music. To be fair though, Spain's still the best team in the world.
They're good.
I was surprised it was only 1-0 to be honest.
Even though they couldn't beat Finland at home. I guess
that was the worst game. One of the worst games I've ever seen in my life.
I think they were
so
just
boring.
Saving energy for
the big one in
for
France.
the France. Yeah, for the France game.
I don't know. I feel like during the qualifiers that are in the middle of the season, especially as you get later into the club season, a lot of players kind of lose drive and don't try quite as hard for their national team as they do for their club, just because you're coming down the nitty-gritty in club.
I think
especially whenever it's smaller countries like Finland, whenever you're Spain, I mean.
It has a lot to do with, for let's say countries like France with players are everywhere playing. And then when they want to put it together, it's so hard for the team to have chemistry, especially France, they're rebuilding right now. They have a lot of new friends, a lot of new players and a lot of young players. So they're rebuilding, and it's just hard to put it together, especially against a team like Spain.
Yeah, it's just really tough. I mean, I thought they did okay. I mean, especially considering it's Spain.
They were at home. I thought they were going to do a little better, but Ribéry was playing really good, even though he had a few one-on-ones.
Ribéry's on fire. Everyone on the Bayern Munich team right now is burning it up. They've been phenomenal. I mean, I think last time I checked, they only allowed like 8 goals in the domestic league. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, they're going to go like that to Champions League and playing against Juventus. That's good for them, and Juventus is going to be a really tough game too. I was surprised that Benzema didn't produce that much. I guess people, because he plays for Madrid, people have a lot of expectations of him, and he's supposed to be the next Zidane in France, but it's just not happening.
He's had a lot of expectations on him for years now. Once Zidane retired and Benzema was coming through, everyone thought Benzema and Benzema and then Gorkov, both of them were they had a lot of weight on their shoulders saying, okay, well, they're going to come in and take over for that retiring golden generation for France, but it just hasn't really happened in my opinion.
Yeah, and Henry will also, there used to be so many good players in France, and now it's just they're decent, and that's about it. They don't.
I mean, they had that golden generation of players where it was like Zidane, Trezeguet, and Henry, where they were all on form, all at the same time, and you could just get beat from anywhere.
The coach right now, Deschamps, used to be pretty good too, but somehow they, again, that might be just because they're playing against Spain, but they don't seem to be that team that play good as, play good as a group. They don't seem to.
They've always had that chemistry problem.
Yeah.
Like even at the 06 World Cup, or not 06, the 10 World Cup in South Africa, where they had pretty much the revolt against their coach, Dominic or whatever.
Yeah.
And I mean, people in France still don't forgive that team. I was talking with Dosh just a couple days back, and how Evra is still looked at in a poor light, not because of his playing, but just because he was the captain of that team and he let everything get out of control during all that. Anelka ended up getting sent home. It was so bad. They've always had those types of issues.
They still had Zidane, but somehow Zidane didn't really show that much in that tournament.
In 2010?
Did they?
No, Zidane retired after the headbutt incident in 06.
I thought they did.
No. It was like Anelka, Ribéry. Henry was still there. Maybe that's who you're thinking of, but he didn't really do anything.
I don't know why I kept thinking Zidane was still. But I mean, even if Zidane wasn't there, they still have some really good players.
Oh yeah, a lot of people had picked them for dark horses to make it really far in the tournament, but then they just fell apart. I don't even think they made it out of the group stage. It was bad.
Yeah. Yeah, and Henry was still there, and Elka, who else was there? I mean, Ribéry, Maxis. They
had a good squad. It was just, I don't know. They just always have problems putting it together. You know what I mean?
Yeah. One of interesting things that happened not this weekend, but on the games on last Wednesday and Tuesday. No, was it Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday, Thursday. You know how Palestine is in this big conflict with Israel?
Yeah.
And apparently Cristiano Ronaldo is supporting the Palestine thing right now. Basically, he's just going against Israel. I'm not sure why Ronaldo's getting into politics, but that's just how it is. And then Portugal played against Israel. And at the end of the game, you know how some players just come to each other and exchange jerseys?
Yeah.
And Cristiano Ronaldo didn't want to exchange jerseys with the Israeli player.
I don't know. I think it's a really bad idea whenever big players like that decide to get into politics.
Yeah, they don't know anything. I mean, I believe if you do something on a good, trying to do good, I think it's okay. But at the same time, because they don't know the history, they don't know the facts, they don't know anything. They're just trying to do something good, even if they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, I just think it's a really bad idea, especially such a sensitive thing like the Palestinian region. It's just not a good idea for big name players like that, because it can end up alienating so many fans.
It's so disrespectful. Like for you as a player, if you go to somebody else and try to exchange jerseys, and he said no, it goes more than just being disrespectful. It goes personal, you will always remember that. People will always remember you, and like I said, I believe he thinks he's doing a good thing, but he has no idea he's getting into it, and I don't know. It's just interesting to hear these cases. A lot of people is talking about it on Facebook, and people that used to hate Cristiano Ronaldo because he think he's all that. Now they're like, yeah, I have much respect for Cristiano Ronaldo, but like you say, they put big name athletes shouldn't get involved into things they don't really know much about it.
Yeah, it's just, in my opinion, it's never a good idea. Anyway, let's move to some of the scores. Did you watch the Germany game, or at least see highlights?
No.
I mean, they were playing Kazakhstan, as you said, Borat's country. But they were on fire. Germany's always one of those teams that's phenomenal and always go well together. And they just have such a strong attacking lineup right now. Götze from Borussia Dortmund played phenomenal. Such a good young attacking player they've got there. Royce, I'm not for sure exactly how you pronounce his name. Another Dortmund player. He scored a goal. He played really well. It's just, the more I see them play here recently, the more and more I'm convinced that whenever World Cup time comes by, they're going to be one of the favorites.
That's just how Germany is. They're always good. They're always top 4, top 2, top 3. They just never seem to finish first place, but they're always, I mean, they've done it before, but lately they're always coming short, you know?
I think if you go back a couple years, they were semi-finalists, ended up finishing third in 06 in their home country.
Yeah.
08 Euros, made it to the final, lost to Spain. 2010 World Cup, again, they semi-finals.
Last time they won it was in 1990, the World Cup, the European Cup. I'm not sure what was the last time they won it.
I'm not sure. I want to say 96, possibly.
Might be,
but I'm not 100% sure there. We'll have to look that up. But they just always seem to get right there and just not quite be able to finish it off.
And they always play because right now I think soccer on the nations that have the play more attractive, let's say the winning nations. Brazil came out with that tiki-taka that is, you know, short passes and a lot of skill and street soccer. Then Germany came out with a lot of speed, a lot of direct soccer, but at the same time it's just really efficient. And now Spain just a lot of possession. It can be boring sometimes, but it's working for them, you know. I was listening yesterday, some of the English commentators on the Friends Spain game, and there, you know, there a lot of English players and coaches always criticize Spain because they have that possession in Barcelona too. That it's kind of boring, and you know, this is the first time that I hear an English commentator saying, "I don't really mind," you know, because even if it's boring, it's working for them, and you know, England hasn't really won anything lately, so they're like, "I wouldn't mind England playing possession as long as they're winning," you know, and then making things happen. And this is the first time that I hear an English commentator on TV saying that.
Yeah, you don't really hear English teams talking about that, really. But, I mean, I can understand where they're coming from. They've been waiting a long time for a trophy. Long time
They
for a
seem
trophy.
they always like that direct style, which is played by Germany too. And somehow for Germany it works, and for them it doesn't really work. So, you know, I guess a lot of them are getting really frustrated with what they do, and it's just not working for them.
They also have such high expectations of that English team that it just never seems, they're the team that you expect to make it to the quarterfinals and then bow out. They haven't really done anything for a while. But we're actually about to go on break here for a second, so enjoy a little bit of music while we take a little rest. All right, guys.